Welcome to 3D animation course of SufiWorks.com. Lesson 8, Animation Timeline. Today we'll discuss about animation timeline. Before we start and discuss about animation timeline, let us first focus on few basic things. So whenever we animate uh, a character or an object, the very basic thing is the animation happens on a frame. So whatever the changes, whatever the movements we make in an animation software will be tracked by a frame. Okay. So depending upon the size of the animated scene or movie, there may be few hundreds of frames. Okay. So let it be two-dimensional software or three-dimensional software, everything is managed on the uh, frames. Okay, like one example is like, so suppose a character is walking. Okay, if the number of frames of the walking character are more, then the character will walk slowly. If there are a less number of frames, less number of frames used in the animation, then the character may walk slowly. Okay, so it depends upon the number of frames that the quality of the quality of animation is uh, resulted. Okay, so where do we see these frames and how to manage these frames means the frames in 3D animation environment in MovieZoo are placed in timeline. So this timeline, you can access timeline in MovieZoo software in the tools menu. Click on the tools menu and the first one is the timeline. Click this timeline. Okay, now this timeline shows you all the animation related information. Okay, now this is an this value like shows you the time duration. Okay, this 00:00 shows the time duration, and if you have more than one character that is animated, okay, so you can all the animated characters can be shown on the timeline. Okay, so especially when you add something, okay, add animation to a character, so where does it reflect? It reflects on the timeline. Okay, now if nothing is selected, so we are not saying anything showing up the frames. Okay, so we'll keep this aside. Okay, we'll select the character. Okay, and we'll add some action to this, then we'll see what happens. Okay, so we'll add a strong action to that. Now uh, as I told you, to add a strong action, we need to animated. Okay, so we'll take we'll just say okay, so if you select this left hand. Okay, so okay, so we'll take this laughing, right? And just taking up this doesn't work out, so what you have to do, we have to prepare. Okay, so what you can do is you go to, okay, character actions. Now you have an action, you select the action, and Okay, so I'll select this. Right. Okay. So this switch to different one. Now here, what we'll do is we'll take the laughing one. So we need to record this. So what I'll do is I'll first press the record button. Okay. So it will show you the numbering. Then I'll click on laughing. Then I will. Now the laughing part is done. So I will stop it. Now, where do you see this? It gets added to the time frame. Okay, so let us understand this because a time frame or timeline is very important. So without understanding this time frame or timeline, you'll not be able to work on the animation. Right. Now here the character name of the character is Gordon, and actions of this character is laughing. So where it is placed, so this indicates that the initial 1 second it is almost silent. So I don't want the character to be silent for this time. Either you can give a pass or you can increase the pass. Okay, like I want the character to be silent in the beginning, then he should start laughing. In that case I will increase this place. Okay, so like say suppose if I keep it here, so he starts laughing at this point, at this frame he starts laughing. Okay, so let us check now how to check this. uh, you have this header bar will be there. Okay, now this is the header bar. Okay, just take it to the beginning and no need to close the timeline. Okay, you can check the animation here. You can preview the animation here. Just click on play, see what happens. So at this point he starts laughing. Okay, now like this, in order to make adjustments, a timeline will be very helpful. Now I have reduced the time here. Okay, see what happens now. Right, now see, I want the character to laugh till the end. Okay, so like this you can adjust the properties, you can adjust the animation types, you can set the animation types. Okay, now here only the first character is laughing. After the first character has stopped laughing, if you want the second character to laugh, then what should we do? Okay, close this timeline, click on the second character, go to prepare, go to actions. Okay, now here below, okay, right, so here what we'll do is we'll pick up. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here also we'll pick up laughing. Okay, now what we'll do is click on this switch to different. Okay, now we need to record this. Okay, so again click on record, click on laughing, stop. Right, now the second character gets added up here. The laughing of the second character uh, is done. Okay, now here, okay, sorry. So again go to timeline. Now you see that the laughing part is added up. Okay, the first character laughs, then immediately the second character also starts laughing. Now this also you can adjust a little bit. Okay, now once the first character stops laughing, then the second character should start laughing. Okay, so the header is in the beginning, so let us check. Sorry, the header is at the end. Always keep the header in the beginning. Okay, so let's see what happens now. So the first character has laughed, then the second character has started laughing. So we'll change it a little bit. Say we want a situation where both the characters are laughing. So how can you set that? Bring both the second person's laughing also, okay, to this area, right? And let us say both of them should, like, this one is a little lengthy, so yeah, so we'll keep this. Now see what happens. So first check where okay, the header is in the beginning. Now see what happens. Both of them are laughing. So like this, you can set the controls and the timeline. So understanding the timeline is very, very important. So if you get confused with the timeline, then again, setting the placing the events in an animation at a wrong position, then the whole animation will not be clear and it will not get you the desired result. Okay, now here we have two characters. When we have selected show all, it shows the animation of two characters. Now you want the animation of only Gordon. So what you can do is click here. Okay, click on selected. Now which one is selected? The female character is selected. So it is showing the timeline of female character. Okay, now if I click on the male character, see what happens. It shows the animation of the male character. Okay, so a little bit in the beginning it will be slightly confusing, but do a lot of practice. Try to make as possible on the timeline. The best way to learn anything is with practice. The more and more you practice, the more and more you try to play with the different features of the animation, the more control you get, the more in-depth understanding of the features uh, happens, and it becomes easy for you to manage the animations. Okay, so give a try. In the beginning it will be slightly confusing, but as you understand the things and as you start putting up the effort, it's not very difficult. Okay, so still if you find it more confusing, okay, I have shown you using the animation of two characters. So you just once again replay this video, then it will be very easy for you to understand the main concept. Okay. Today we had learned what is a timeline and the features of the timeline and how to manage the timeline. We also had discussed why it is really important to manage a timeline. If you understand the features of a timeline, making an effective animation will be child's play.